Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well. It's a saying that the small dogs do not have room at the table with the big dogs. Ukraine obviously is a small dog, and it thought that it could really dictate certain things to Canada and Germany, especially Germany. Canada is a wannabe power powerhouse, and it's unfortunately its population is too small to be able to do that, and its economy is not that great. So and on top of that, they have a dictator as a communist over there. So that's not good at all. So nevertheless, it is about a turbine that Canada is supposed to Canada Siemens uh, Canada is supposed to fix for the Russians in order for the Russians to use it at their Nord Stream 1 gas pipe and provide gas to Germany. And that turbine was up. So then they sent it to Canada, and Canada is supposed to fix it. But we have the Ukrainian government, not the Ukrainian people, Ukrainian government, who told Canada, hey, Trudeau, communist, don't fix it because that would help the Russians, sell their gas, therefore make money, and they would probably violate some sanctions. Therefore, the consequence would have been no gas for Germany and the German people not having gas in the middle of the winter, probably. Well, it seems like the Ukrainian government did not care about the German people, who actually their country provide them with help, military help, political help, and economic help. So there was a very shitty move. So Germany discussed with Ukraine and with Canada this issue, and this is the update. This comes from today, July 9th, 2022, and from Reuters, and this is the title. Canada will return repaired turbine for Nord Stream 1 and expand sanctions on Russia. So, Ottawa, you remember it was the truckers protest, Ottawa, when the communist showed his true face and color. Canada will return a repaired Russian turbine to Germany needed for maintenance on the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline, Canada's Minister of Natural Resources said in a statement on Saturday. All right, the Canadian government, which is issuing a time-limited and revocable permit to exempt the return of turbines from its Russian sanctions, says the move would support Europe's ability to access reliable and affordable energy as they continue to transition away from Russian oil and gas. Now, since the Ukrainian asked the Canadians not to break or violate the sanctions on Russia, the Canadians said, get lost. Why couldn't Lithuania do the same thing regarding Kaliningrad? When they said, well, we can't allow certain products to transit Lithuania from Russia to Russian Kaliningrad because otherwise that would actually not from Russia, but nevertheless cross Lithuania to bring certain items and so on to Kaliningrad because that would violate the sanctions against Russia, European Union sanctions. So it seems, as I said before, if you know the right people, there's some laws, but they could be broken according to the circumstance, to the people involved. So that's why I say sometimes we, or at least I, feel like a sucker when I go outside and you try to follow all the rules here and left, and you people sanction you if you don't follow the rules, and they should do it. They should be penalized. But those rules are bent whenever certain people are doing it. Breaking those rules or laws. That makes you feel like a sucker. Like I follow the rules and you see the guy cutting in front of you and nothing happened to that guy. So same here. Now, if Canada can do that for Germany, why couldn't Lithuania do that for Russia? Anyway, don't expect logic and consistency with these guys. So, and then Canada also announced it would expand sanctions against Russia's energy sector to include industrial manufacturing. Okay, whatever. Canada's new sanctions will apply to land and pipeline transport and the manufacturing of metals and the transport, computer electronics and electronic equipment, as well as of machinery. Okay, the problem is this. All these things were not built by Trudeau and his government. They were built by Canadians. Canadians who worked hard, who had, ingenious, who invented things, who worked. You had that, a certain kind of attitude, work attitude, ethic, and so on. It's not built by these guys are just destroying Canada. Canada is a quasi-socialist system and so on, but it still has, a lot of capitalist, economy over there. But these communists are just destroying it, and I'm sorry to say it. I have relatives in Canada. I used to go and visit. For obvious reasons, I really can't go now, unless the daddy and mommy Trudeau and Biden allow me to. And I used to visit Canada very, very, very often. I used to go to Toronto at least 5, 6, 7 times a month, a year. No more. No more. When I was in Romania in the communist times, the communists did not allow us to go abroad because blah, 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 influence of capitalists and blah, blah, blah. Okay, now these guys don't let me travel over there because I didn't bulge into agreeing with something they tried to impose on me. So nevertheless, I lived harsher times, so this is still good, but it's not right. It's not right. So Russia's Gazprom cut capacity along the Nord Stream 1 pipeline from Russia to Europe to just 40% as usual levels last month, citing the delayed return of equipment being serviced by Germany's Siemens Energy in Canada. It was not the Russians thing. Siemens Energy did not immediately return a request for comment. Canada said, absent a necessary supply of natural gas, the German economy will suffer very significant hardship, and Germans themselves would be at risk of being unable to heat their homes as winter approaches. Finally, some common sense there. The German government, which did not immediately respond to a request for comment Saturday, and on Friday confirmed it received a positive signal from Canada regarding a turbine needed for Nord Stream 1 maintenance. So, and then we have the Ukrainians, the Congress of Ukrainians in Canada, who are Canadians, but they're Ukrainians. I don't like that kind of things. I'm either American, I'm Romanian. I can't be both. What do you mean? I'm Romanian American. I'm either American or I'm Romanian. I don't like this kind of things, but that's my preference, whatever. Alexandra, she's national president of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress, said in a statement Saturday, our community is deeply disappointed by Canadian government's decision to bow to Russian blackmail. So what do you want? You want the Ukrainian council or whatever Congress to have Canada maybe bomb Russia? So see, sometimes, as I said before, you accept immigrants in your country like me, and let's say I go and I get a position of government, and Romania gets in a scuffle with Hungary, and I'm gonna drag United States. Let's say I get to be a president. Let's say I was born here or whatever, my children or something. I have power. Let's say I will drag United States in a war on Romania's side because I'm Romanian. This is what these guys are asking. So what happens when you have, I don't know, 150 different nationalities here, and one of these guys gets to power, and his country gets in a scuffle with someone else? Are you going to drag this country into that war? Democracy and, how it's called, diversity is our strength. Really? Just look at that aspect of this diversity is our. These guys, oh, we're disappointed. So again, this woman, who is a Ukrainian, came here to Canada, and she wants Germans to freeze. She doesn't give a fuck about Germans, but she wants everybody else on this planet to care about her people in Ukraine. So are you Canadian or are you Ukrainian? What the fuck are you? And just, the group said Canada is getting a dangerous precedent that will lead to the weakening of the sanctions regime imposed on Russia. First Lady, Canada and Canadian people, you seem like you're not Canadian with your heart, you're something else. First, Canada has those weasels over there in power. They had their first duty. Their first duty is for the Canadian citizens, not for Ukrainians, not for you. You're Canadian, you have to feel Canadian. You have to act Canadian. If you're not, what the are you doing here? You're just a Trojan horse then. You have to make a decision, lady. And I'm not having a problem with you, but I'm just exposing how these people think. Get more of them. What if you get more of them? They will vote their people in your government. And what are they going to do then? Remember Omar, whatever her name is, from Minnesota? The African descent. What's her name? From whatever country she came. She's a representative in the Congress, American Congress. All right, she's over there. Why? Because her community voted her in. And you got another one here, from Detroit, Arab descent. She's over there. She fights for her people, not for Americans. Her people. What is this? I know what it is. Tribalism. This country is going to go like that, maybe in 3 or 4 pieces. You'll see. You'll see. It's going to happen in our lifetimes. The new migration regulation will also make. Oh no, she said. Let me see what happened here. I was talking too much and I pushed some buttons here. My bad. So where is this woman here? Okay. The turbine would be sent to Germany first, which will then deliver it to Russia's state-controlled Gazprom, a government source told Reuters. So Ukraine has opposed Canada handing over the turbine to Gazprom, and Kiev believes such a move would flout sanctions on Russia, a Ukrainian energy minister. What about the German people? Did you think about further that, or they don't even get in their equation? They don't even care about it. Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister Madeleine Joly, not very smart, said Saturday in a statement that Canada is unwavering in its support of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Canada will not relent in pressuring the Russian regime. All right, well, do it. Screw your population for some others. So screw your family for the neighbor's kids. Great, good job, good, very, very, very intelligent. So screw your kids' futures to help the neighbor's kids that you had nothing to do until about, I don't have them watch now, but I put it on, 5 minutes ago? Yeah, that's how things go. And you believe it, and you vote for these guys? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.